Hello, thanks for joining me today. I've got my oven preheated because I'm baking, but it's savoury today, and it's one of my favourite go-tos for an easy lunch or for picnics or when you have to go somewhere, and you'll be doing a lot of that over the, because we're going into the festive season. This is a great thing to take to a function. It's out of book 7. It's also in Cooking for One or Two. Billy, grab me a Cooking for One or Two, babe. I'll show it to you. It's this one here, ham and corn slice. It serves 6. It's fabulous. I love it. You can freeze it. So, sometimes I've made it, put it into single serves, and we just grab it out for lunch. But also, as I said, thank you, Mr. Sym. It's also in the Cooking for One or Two, and it serves 3. So the 2 books are happening today. Oh, yes, it is. All right, so oven, 180 degrees fan forced, okay? Now let's look at the ingredients we need. And basically, I only do chopping of the shallots. The rest is all grated because it's a slice. It's sort of on the theme of the zucchini slice, but I think this is a little bit better. Dare I say that out loud? Okay, so we want 3 whole eggs and 2 egg whites. We want half a cup of skim milk. We want zucchini, orange sweet potato, shallots, garlic. I've got frozen corn kernels, and I've got the creamed corn in the can. I've got some 97% fat-free ham. The reduced fat cheese, I've grated that. That's half a cup. Or if you want to weigh it, it's, 50 grams. 50 grams if you weigh it, which is what I normally do. Then you've got the stock powder. It's the vegetable one, so it's just 2 teaspoons. Cooking spray, 3/4 of a cup of self-raising flour to help bind it all together with the eggs. And then on top goes cherry tomatoes and some Parmesan cheese. So what I'm going to do is, it's a bit cack-handed, but it's probably the easiest way to do it on the show, is I'm going to beat the eggs and the milk together. Then I'm going to just add all the ingredients as we go, okay? Because normally I would get it all ready and then I'd do it, but I think it'll be easier for watching on the show. So I always start with the egg white first. So I want 2, just in case something happens and it flips in. I've got that to come back at. All right, 2 egg whites. So I've saved 12 grams of fat just by not putting those yolks in. But this recipe, you do need some yolks, so we do 3. And it really does help bind it all together. So far, no shells. I'm doing good. There we go. All right, so we've got the eggs in. Let's beat it. And add the milk, half a cup, skim milk. Perfect, don't need the beater anymore. Let's put that over here. Put my little whisks in the soapy sink. All right, so let's put this to the side over here. All right. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add all the magic. So let's start with the shallots. So we want half a cup of shallots. So just give them a bit of a clean if they need it. Just keep as much white as you can. Just take off the roots. And we want half a cup. All right. Just thinly sliced, not too thick, because you want to have it all blend in. As I said, we'll grate a lot of the stuff today. So maybe this is a job the kids can help you with. Let's see how we're going. Half a cup. A little bit more. Don't be frightened to use the green because it's just as fantastic. There we go. All right, so I'm going to, in the bowl it goes. Next I'm going to grate the zucchini, and I want 3/4 of a cup. If you've got a machine, it'd probably be a good idea to use it. But this is our go-to. I think with the sweet potato, I think that's what just takes it next level. There we go. I like doing zucchini because it's so easy to grate, isn't it? All right, 3/4 of a cup. There we go. I think that should do it. Let's have a look. Yep, in it goes. So that's 3/4 a cup of zucchini. Now I'm going to do the sweet potato. I'll do the fat end. And you just got to take the skin off. I always use the orange sweet potato. I never use it's a purple one. I just don't find it very sweet and recipe friendly. All right, so we're going to now grate this for 3/4 of a cup. I've got ham going in it, but if you wanted to do it vegetarian, just omit the ham and either do 3/4 a cup of diced red capsicum, or I would do celery and dice the celery, just if you want to make it vegetarian. How are we going? I'm getting muscles today here. Here we go. Thanks for joining me. I always like cooking for you on a Thursday. I really appreciate your feedback and support. It's been a great year. Lots of recipes we've cooked this year, haven't we? I wonder what's been your favourite. Can you remember? For all the recipes we've done in 2023 so far, what's your favourite? All right, 3/4 a cup going in. Now all I have to do is dice the ham. I'll just wash my hands. Let's clean up this Annette. Bill laughs at me. I'm such a messy cook, and he's a trained chef, so he's very clean. Let's get rid of these. I'm going to turn that over so it's nice and clean for the ham. Doesn't really matter though, it's all going in, isn't it? So we want diced ham. And now just break it up. Just makes it nice and quick, doesn't it? And it'll blend in with the rest of the mix. So this is when you'd put either capsicum or celery in. That's it. I've just got to, while I'm here, I might actually do the cherry tomatoes. I'll just get another knife. So we want to just cut the cherry tomatoes in half. They're going to go on the top, make it look a bit pretty. So you want 6. If you don't have cherry tomatoes and you're like, oh, what am I going to do? I've got no cherry tomatoes. Do sliced tomato, okay? Let me just wipe my mess. Do you love how messy I am, honestly? You ought to see the floor. Let's bring this over now. I've got my wooden spoon. Just going to mix that all in at this point. Oh, great. Now, we're going to put in a teaspoon of garlic. We want 3/4 of a cup of frozen corn, the kernels. We want 3/4 of a cup of creamed corn. Now, if you've got, you know, because they don't have lots of small cans much anymore, you can actually freeze the corn, this mix, and make another one later, because I think you get about 2 out of it. I think there's another 3/4 in that can. Cheese, 1/2 cup, freshly grated, did that before we started. Bit of pepper. 2 teaspoons of stock powder. I'm using vegetarian, like the vegetable one, because I thought it'd be better. Now we're going to just give this a good mix. Let's get that ham in. Oh, look at the colours of it. It's so good. Oh, yum. Now all I've got to do is sift in the flour. So that's 3/4 of a cup. Nothing hard about this recipe. There we go. Combine that all in, and this is the base done. Oh, yum. Just make sure that flour's mixed in, which it is. Now I've got I'm going to use a quiche dish. You could use a pie plate if you wanted to. I've had some people actually make them into little muffin-sized ones for the kids for school. I like that. I'm going to just go to the sink and spray it so I don't get it all over the bench. There we go. Got my trusty scraper now to get all of this mix out. Here we go. Look at that. As I said, wonderful to take if you've got to take a plate or something to a function. But I love it as an easy lunch or dinner. And I love it with a big bowl of salad. Let's just flatten that all out. Yum. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put the tomato on, and I tend to think of a clock. So I start at 12, 6, 3, and 9. And then I put 2 in between each gap. That way I've got it covered nice and neatly. 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese go on the top. I just use the Kraft because once again I'm a bit lazy. I don't want to grate it if I don't have to. And this is lower in fat actually than the normal. And you just sprinkle it over. I tend to do half because I've got 2 tablespoons. And then I'll do the other half with the other. I put it on my hand so I can do this. If I use the spoon, remember it's a 15mm spoon I'm using, it might clump on, and I want it to be nicely spread around. So just look if it needs any love anywhere else. Oh, look at that. Yum. Okay, in the oven. Yes, we do. Bake away, my lovely. Oh, you beautiful thing. Now, I'm going to do 55. Could take 60 depending on how long, but once it's set in the middle and golden brown, good to go. Then when you bring it out, just rest it for about 5 or 10 minutes at least before you cut into it. I often make this the day before a function because it just gets better and better if it's a day or 2 old. All right, I'm going to clean up my mess. I'm going to wait for that oven to beep and I'll show you the end result soon. See you shortly. So feast your eyes. Here it is. Ham and corn sliced, freshly out of the oven. I let it sit for 5 minutes because it's quite puffed up when it first comes out from the heat, and then it settles down. Now I would slice that down there, 3 on that side, 3 on that. There is lunch, dinner, whatever you want it to be. It's just fabulous. Now it's out of book 7. also out of Cooking for a Two, so you can win these 2 books today if you do the right thing. That's like, share, in the comments, hashtag Simply Too Good, and I'll pick 3 winners for that. But before we go, I had someone ask about the chopping boards, and I just wanted to show you that you can actually buy them as a duo or you can buy them singly. There's the lemon and the watermelon. They're both back on back. I mean, I love them. I use them in the kitchen all the time, but I'm giving these out for Christmas presents this year to a lot of people. I hope you're not listening, any of my family, but such a great gift. Anyway, here it is. Oh my gosh, what am I going to make next week? Oh, let me think. How about we do something a bit more fabulous than ever? It's my satay beef stir fry. It is magnificent. It's out of More Cooking for 102. One of my favourite easy stir fries because all it has in it is capsicum and onion. But I do tell you how to do it if you can't eat capsicum, okay? So you know me, I like to offer you different variations. All right, so there you go. I mean, who knew weight loss could be so deliciously healthy? My gosh. And if you want any more tips or recipes, you know where to find me, simplytoogood.com.au. Thanks for joining me for this week, and I'll catch you next Thursday.